Legislation requires that federal funding meet the test for supplement, not supplant. But these tests differ according to the funding stream. In general, this test requires a local education agency, LEA, to ask the question, what would happen in the absence of the federal funds? For Title I, Part A, the question of what would happen in the absence of federal funds is no longer asked in regards to each individual item of cost. Instead, the question is asked in terms of the way state and local funds are distributed across the district. In order to ensure they do not violate supplement, not supplant provisions, LEAs must develop and implement a written allocation methodology for distribution of state and local funds, which is Title I, Part A neutral. This means that a Title I school should not receive less state and local funds as a result of receiving Title I funds. To demonstrate compliance, the LEA will need to show that the methodology successfully ensured that each school receives all the state and local funds they would have received if they had not also received Title I, Part A dollars. LEAs were asked to develop in writing and attach this methodology to their fiscal year 2019 consolidated application. The methodology should be updated as changes occur, but does not need to be resubmitted. It must be kept on file at the district, and there should be evidence that the methodology is being followed. Note that LEAs which are only a single school, consist of only Title I schools, or have only one school per grade span, do not need to have an allocation methodology. Under Title I, Part A, no LEA shall be required to identify individual costs or services as supplemental, or provide services through a particular instructional method, or in a particular instructional setting to demonstrate compliance. Costs must meet general criteria to be allowable under federal awards. That is, costs must be reasonable, necessary, and allocable. This means that an LEA cannot simply use Title I, Part A funds to cover any school or district costs without showing how that cost aligns with a specific intent and purpose for a Title I program. For all other funding sources, there are 3 presumptions of supplanting. Funds may not be used if one of these 3 conditions are true about the proposed expense. The 3 presumptions of supplanting include: number 1, any service that a district is required to provide under state board rule or policy, state mandate, or local rule or policy must be provided using state or local funds. If federal funds are used to provide these services, it is presumed that the supplanting has occurred. Number 2, any service that was provided in the prior year with state or local funds that are then replaced by federal funds is assumed to be supplanting. Districts are not permitted to use federal funds to replace state or local funds. Number 3, districts may not provide services through a federally funded program to students if they are also providing the same services to other students using state or local funds. These presumptions do not apply for Title I, Part A. There is a difference between testing supplement, not supplant, for federal funds transferred to Title I, Part A, and those that are used like Title I, Part A, but not transferred. Title II, Part A, and Title IV, Part A can be transferred to Title I, Part A and to each other. When transferred, funds must follow the rules of the funding streams to which they are transferred. including Supplement Not Supplant. This means when funds are transferred into Title I Part A, the three presumptions of supplanting will not apply. The added funds will be treated like they are Title I Part A funds. Funds like Title V Part B that cannot be transferred but can be used to fund activities authorized under Title I Part A must still follow the three presumptions of supplanting and are not treated like Title I Part A funds. This also applies to Title II Part A or Title IV Part A funds in an LEA that is eligible for and requests to use the Alternative Fund Use Authority. Note that Alternative Fund Use Authority is only available to LEAs who are eligible for the Title V Part B Small Rural School Achievement Program. All LEAs are required to provide students that are designated as ELs the first level of supports that are subsidized by the general fund. The Language Assistance Program, LAP, reflects what the LEA is providing to ELs with general funds in order to fulfill Supplement Not Supplant requirements. Descriptions of EL services include two main components: meaningful access to the curriculum and direct English language development instruction. The Language Assistance Program is completed as a screen in the consolidated application. LEAs who do not have ELs enrolled at the time of the consolidated application submission must still describe the program they would put in place for future enrollees. According to the Civil Rights Law of 1970, LEAs must provide supports to English learners. General funded responsibilities include translations for parents and guardians, WADA screening and assessments, Tier 1 instruction, access to the curriculum, and teaching the English language acquisition skills. LEAs may only use funds under Title III Part A to supplement the level of federal, state, and local public funds that, in the absence of the Title III Part A fund, would have been provided for programs for English learners and immigrant children and youth. ESEA, Section 3115G. Federal and state money, such as Section 31A, must supplement required district-level interventions and supports. Title III Part A must supplement the services described in the LAP and other services provided through Section 31A, Title I Part A, or Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, IDEA, and may be used to support improved EL programming, engage parents and guardians, and build capacity. Funds may be used to increase the number of certified teachers with ESL or bilingual endorsement. For Title I Part A, Title II Part A, and Title IV Part A, funds are required to be supplemental to services provided by state and local funds only. However, for Title I Part C, Title III Part A, and Title V Part B, funds must supplement services provided by state and local funds, as well as other supplemental services paid for with federal funds. In other words, you can't run an after-school program with Title I Part A and Title III Part A and segregate those services by putting English learners in one room paid for by Title III Part A while denying them access to the Title I Part A program. Title I Part C, Title III Part A, and Title V Part B must be used to provide an added layer of services beyond those already provided by state, local, and other federal funds. Should you like access to support documents about the topics presented, you will find them here on this page.